Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, Andini.
Hello Intan, good morning. Why did you call me?
Okay, before that, I say sorry because I have been disturbing you in this morning. So I'm directly call you without I ask permission first to you.
It's okay Intan. So can I help you?
Yes, Andini. Actually, I'm very confused about the material of the five hypotheses. Maybe you can help me to explain only three hypotheses according to your understanding.
Okay, it is such a coincidence. Now you call me so we can discuss here. Because actually I have two hypotheses that I don't understand yet.
Oh, I see. So we can give each other an explanation here based on our understanding. Okay, Andini, maybe you can explain to me about the natural order hypothesis, the input hypothesis, and the effective filter hypothesis. You can it?
Alhamdulillah, I know all about it Intan. Okay, for the first, maybe let me explain about the natural order hypothesis. The first, this is hypothesis suggests that individual tends to acquire a second grammatical structure after a predictable natural order. This means that they are more likely to acquire a certain grammatical structure before anyone else. The acquisition pattern differs for both the first language and the second language, but the pattern of obtaining it tends to be the same for adults and children. And then for the second, about the input hypothesis. The input hypothesis. This hypothesis explains how a language is actually acquired when a person is input by comprehensive input to reading or hearing language structures that exceed the level of language competence that he or she gains. Krashen used a Formula 1 I plus 1 to show that input must hang the language structure. From the next step, Krashen believes that learning is in a strict environment and that not all individuals will have the same level of competence. Natural input communication must therefore be used to meet individual needs. Input must not be composed of a grammatical structure that has been used on purpose and must be natural. Eventually, learners should not be forced to speak. Words will come out when he is ready. And the last I can explain to you is about the effective filter hypothesis. It is about about effective filter hypothesis. Referring to this hypothesis, the emotion of an individual acts as a filter that helps our abstract language acquisition. A highly motivated and confident person with a low level of anxiety is more successful than a person with low motivation, low self-confidence, and a higher level of anxiety in acquiring a language. Low motivation and confidence will hamper the the subs the subconscious acquisition process. Okay, enough Intan. Maybe it's all what I
Oh,
can explain to you.
thank you, Andini.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the explanation. And now I have understand about it. So, you said just now, if you don't understand about two hypotheses, right?
Yes, that's right, Intan.
So is it about the acquisition learning distinction and monitor hypothesis?
Yes, I'm still not understand about them. Maybe can you explain it to me?
Okay, of course, I will explain it for you because you have helped me to explain what I don't understand. So, if we talk about the hypothesis, the acquisition learning distinction and the monitor hypothesis, if the acquisition learning distinction, it is perhaps the most fundamental of all the hypotheses that we have learned. So it states that people have two distinction and two independent way of developing competence in a second language. And the first way is language acquisitions, and the second way is language learning. So what the difference between them? The difference between them is language acquisition is a subconscious process. It means language acquirers are not actually aware of the fact that they are acquiring language, but are only aware of the fact that they using the language for communication. But if learning, it is referred to conscious knowledge of a second language, and it means they know about the rules, being aware of them, and being able to talk about them. That's all, Sister Andini, about the acquisition learning, and now it is about the monitor hypothesis. If the monitor hypothesis, it's explained about the relationships between acquisitions and learning. If the acquisition learning distinction just now, let's explain about the difference about it. In the monitor hypothesis, it's explained about the relationship between acquisitions and learning. And it is defines the influence of the latter on the former. The acquisition system encourages initiator, while the learning system performs the role functions where three specific conditions are met. And the three specific conditions are sufficient time, focus on the form, and know the rule. That's all maybe from my explanation, and based on my understanding about the acquisition learning distinctions and the monitor hypothesis.
I see, Intan. It is the good explanation for you.
Okay, thank you, Andini. I say thank you because you have helped me just now.
You are welcome.
Okay, see you. Maybe we have to end our discuss today.
Okay, see you too, Intan. Have a nice day.